hate doing this so much. Hello everyone, it is currently 9:30, Monday the 30th of March, and we're having, well I am, I'm having a bit of a project deadline crisis that's happening. So essentially it's a 3,000 word written report we've got to do for one of our modules. Because of coronavirus, it's now worth 60% of a 10 credit module, so it's worth quite a lot. And it's group work, and there's no any group drama. I don't want to talk about anything like that or say that there's group drama as there tends to be in group projects, because to be honest there isn't really. But I have completed my bit. I had completed my bits for the project, and then I looked at it on Sunday and I was happy with my bits, but I just didn't feel like we could have sent it in with some of the other bits. I felt like the other bits could have done with a bit more detail of the certain parts of the project and stuff. So with my group's permission, I'm just going through the project and sorting it out a bit. So my group has done work. It's not like someone hasn't been pulling their weight, because everyone's been doing work and stuff. But it was I just looked at a conclusion, and I feel like the conclusion that was written, and I felt like if we handed it in as it was, we wouldn't get a good mark at all, because I don't feel like, at least in my understanding, our project ticked all the marking criteria. So yesterday I spotted all this, because it was originally meant for Monday, this project, but now it's moved to Tuesday, the deadline. Tuesday 3 p.m. is the deadline. So originally I'd looked through the project Sunday night, and I had realised this. I was like, oh, this needs a lot more editing, proofreading. The grammar wasn't great as well. So I just felt I need a lot of work. So I was doing a lot of work Sunday night. I was working from 9 p.m. to about 3:30 a.m. and it still needs a lot of work. A lot of sections just aren't sourced at all, and we need the references and everything. So essentially I'm very stressed about going through this, because still a lot of stuff isn't referenced. I don't know what my group are feeling about this. I'm not quite sure, because we didn't get many in-person sessions together because of coronavirus. And yeah, so I'm going to be going through this project and just sorting it out. So earlier what I meant when I was talking about the conclusion and stuff, I was a bit concerned, because it's a 3,000 word report and the conclusion that was written was 70-80 words, and the conclusion's one of the most important bits, right? And there was also to be fair, the topic's quite difficult to understand, zip files. It's just literally about zip files and how they work, and it's quite difficult to work out what algorithm is what that's using zip files and stuff. So essentially there was a big chunk of it I had to delete as well, because I realised it actually wasn't relevant to zip files. So I'm going to go through it. I've got the marking criteria. I need to just try and tick all those boxes, because I really want to get a good grade in this. Speaking of, I've just noticed that 2 people in my group have this document open, which is good. But yeah, let's get on with it. There's an issue, figures are labelled wrong. Now I can't do that on my computer because I have a Mac, and Microsoft Word is really annoying when you don't have a Microsoft computer, and I don't want to download it. I'm literally pressing the copy and paste button. So while I'm doing this stuff with pictures that I don't really have to think about, I just explain a bit more about the project. I'm doing a module at Nottingham called Professional Skills for Mathematicians, and we have a really great lecturer for it. She's lovely, she's really helpful, and this group project is part of professional skills, and I really enjoy professional skills. I feel like it's been really useful, and I think the university is actually thinking of making it compulsory, and I say with good reason, because does that even make sense? Here's me saying I can talk. I think it's a really good idea to make this compulsory because it has been really useful, and I think other people would really benefit off it. So yes, this is the second group work. We had to do one group work in the autumn term. This is the second one. It was originally worth 40% and then 20% was an oral presentation, but because of coronavirus the oral presentation has been cancelled, and now this is worth 60%, which is actually a lot. So hence why I'm stressed about it. Okay, so I've sorted out the diagram. I'm going to give it a read through again now to spot any other bits and bobs. Hopefully I'll get Anch to read it if he's free as well later. Get a unseen eye at it. More grammar. That sounds so mean. I don't mean to be mean if that was mean. It's just, I don't know. We are marked, like half of our mark is on like spelling, grammar, punctuation. I've forgotten the word. So yeah, I'm very particular about it. It's currently 10:15, by the way. Got hiccups. I literally get hiccups after anything I eat. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. There's a section on lossy and lossless compression, but whoever's written it hasn't included a single source. And the problem is, in the section after the sources like carry on from the last source, so I need to put in I need to find the sources for lossy and lossless compression, and then I need to change the numbers of all of the references. It's okay, it's only like 10:20. This might not actually be that late, which is good. Will you read through it when I'm done?
Yeah.
They've written so much in this LZW compression, and it's not even relevant to zip files anymore. Hello everyone, so I am pleasantly surprised I managed to get all the editing and rewriting stuff done pretty much. It's 20 past midnight, so that actually didn't take me that long. And I was talking to Anch for some of it as well, so that's good. But I'm not finished. I just really want to go to bed, to be honest, and also, I don't know, when I sit in the same place for too long, like my bum hurt. I'm going to wake up early tomorrow morning and sort out the sources and the layout. The reason why I want to wake up early is because I want to do it before like the group members wake up, not out of any like malicious intent, but just because I don't want like discussions and fiddling around while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a lot easier to just give them like the shared document as a single product. So anyway. So yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll go and get some sleep now and finish off the project tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get it sent off by 3 p.m. Good night. Hello, woken up. It's like 9 a.m. So I didn't get up as early as I wanted to. I just kept pressing snooze on my alarm. But I'm just in bed now, and I've got my retainers in, and that's why I'm speaking funny. Yeah, I'm just going to hopefully sort out the references and things, and then should be done. Hello everyone. Okay, so an update on what's been happening. So after I woke up, I did some more work on it. I did quite a lot of work, and I think it's basically finished now, and someone else in the group is formatting it, so that should be sorted. Someone else in the group, they're like, just as we were like, okay, we're finished, just need to format it now, she just put in the chat like, hey, is there anything you guys want me to do? And it's like So you might be thinking, well, like, do you have anything to sort out these group projects and stuff? Like, if one person is doing all the work, if one person is they're not doing as much work, what's the system? So we have something called a scaling form, and after we've completed a group project and we hand it in, we have to, it's hard to explain, like it has to add up to the number of people in our group. And if you scale yourself as 1, that just means you'll get the same grade as the final grade that the project gets. If you scale yourself as 1.1, you will get 1.1 times the grade that the project got. So 60% would go up to 66%, for example. So if the whole group project got 60% and you scaled yourself as 1.1 because you did a bit more work, someone else would then have to be 0.9. And you would get 66% for the project instead of 60. So I wasn't going to bring up scaling stuff because although I know that like I've worked really hard on it in the past few days, I was thinking like it was because the whole group has to agree on the scaling. It's something I don't really want to bring up as well. I'm just thinking, and if it was just me like doing like lots of the work, I feel like everyone would like protest or stuff. But another group member who's been helping like a fair amount as well messaged me earlier, and he said like maybe we should scale it like this. So scale me as 1.15, scale him as 1.1, and then scale the others as 0.95, 0.9 and 0.9. Does that work? Yeah. And obviously that would be really great for me. So if then our project was marked as 60%, I would walk out with a 69% for it. So that's really beneficial for me, but I feel really bad for saying it to the other people. So we're going to have to bring that up with them once we finish the project and send it off, and I'm a bit nervous about speaking to them about it because it's a lot easier if I'm hoping to just sort of mention the scaling form, because you have to hand it in even if everyone's done the same amount of work. I'm hoping to just mention, oh, so what should we do about the scaling, and hopefully they'll volunteer. Oh, sorry guys, I haven't done as much work, you can scale me a bit down if you want. Because at the end of the day, like, me and this other guy, we have done quite a bit more work. And this other girl who's just as we've basically finished the project has put in the chat, guys, is there anything you want me to do? You know what I mean. So, but I feel bad because at the same time then if we get 60%, then their mark goes down to, what, 60 times 0.9? Like 54? Yeah, 54. Their mark would go down to 54. So, yeah, I don't think our project will get 60. I'm pretty sure it should get to 1. But I'm hoping it might get a bit higher than 60, especially because it's suddenly worth so much. I'm hoping they'll be nice as well, because I'm quite proud of the project, to be honest. So maybe if we got like 68%, it wouldn't be as bad for them. Okay, so that was like messaging. That was like one of the hardest things for me to do. Probably not my whole life, but it was just really, really hard. I hate bringing that stuff up. I hate confrontation of any kind. So I found it really difficult, but I'm glad I did it. I don't want to just, like, I feel like I did do work, and these grades are important to me, and I feel like I did work harder and put in more time. So I've just had to email the module convener and see what she says. But this stuff is just like so hard for me. Like, I didn't think we'd have any group project issues because it's like a second year maths project, it counts. I thought everyone would like be working hard, doing as much as possible, especially knowing we've got to scale each other at the end. I hate doing this so much. I'm just gonna have to see what she says. I just gotta try not to think about it. Have a cup of tea, play some Animal Crossing, rant everything I've just said to you guys. I just gotta offload it to my boyfriend as well. Oh my gosh, look how spotty my skin is right now. That's not good. So yeah, so this is our group project saga. I'll keep you updated with what happens next. Sometimes I would do actual interviews to see what the people have done and stuff. Obviously that might have to be done online this time, but I physically got evidence of what me and the other group member have done because I made notes of every single change and edit and stuff that I made, and the times I was messaging and stuff, so I've got the evidence. She says she did this one section and formatted it a bit. That is what she says she did, and she still thinks like it's the same amount of time. I went through the whole thing, rewrote the conclusion, wrote the abstract, wrote the introduction, wrote the basics, taught myself all this other random stuff about zip files so I could rewrite the other sections, because I had to tick there's marking criteria that wasn't ticked in the other sections, so I needed to tick those boxes to get good marks. So I've done all that, I've taught myself all this random stuff about zip files, and we'll just see where it goes from there. What a fun life. I cannot believe I am filming this on photo booth on my computer, but oh my gosh, this is like the most anxiety inducing conversation I've ever had. Like my hands are like shaking, sweaty, like I hate doing this. I wish there was a better system than this. I know it's like meant to be like what you're meant to do in a group setting and stuff, but this is like painful. Like I feel a lot of the time with this sort of format, a lot of people who have done more work will just be quiet and not say anything, because originally I wasn't going to. So this is like a nasty conversation, really. It's not nice. They think that they've done an equal amount of work to us, and essentially they haven't. I don't want to be like a mean person with it, but I do feel like I've done a lot more work. I was working like 6 p.m. to 3:30, is that what I said? Or was it 9 p.m. to 3:30? Basically, I was working like most of the night, the other night. And then I was working last night as well, and this morning. And they've just come on to chat at the end as we're finishing it. Hello, it's me on photo booth again. So even though originally what was suggested to me was that I should be given 1.15, and someone else in the group 0.95. So what was I saying? Fire alarm just went off, it's fine. Basically, we might have to go for me instead of being like 1.15, 1.1, just to get another person in the group kind of on our side and stuff. And the girls just put it, one of the girls who hasn't done any work has put in the group, I just feel like we're making it more stressful than it needs to be. I think there's no one in the group that deserves to be scaled down, and that's why I think we should all get one each. I hate this so much. She's like the one who like hasn't done anything. Like I literally stayed up all night working on this to try and give it a good grade, editing the grammar, rewriting the whole conclusion. I wish it was a different way, but the problem is if we were allowed to hand in scaling forms where we don't have to agree or check everyone else's scaling and stuff, it's like it just wouldn't work. Like if 4 people in the group thought the 5th person wasn't doing all the work or something, even though the 5th person might have been doing a lot of the work, the 4th could just gang up and unfairly rate them lower, but it's like everyone's got to agree. So what we have to do now is we have to email Suzanne, and she's got to sort it out. Suzanne's our lecturer, sorry. Okay, new update. So I mentioned I was stressed when I had to like be sorting everything out, as you have seen, because I have so helpfully documented it. And then she's like, if you were stressed, you should have asked us to help. And then the other guy who's done the work was like, she did. She put like notes and changes and stuff to do in the group chat for everyone. Like, like anything they kind of say is just kind of like, well, I did this and like I did that, and honestly, like my stress levels are through the roof. Like I just want to be marked for the work that I've done, and like this sort of stuff happens at like so many group projects. And like I said, I really enjoyed the module and I think it's really useful. But this bit, it's just this bit at the end with the scaling. You can see all my spots like really well here. These are distress spots. Everyone, it's another update. So because we couldn't agree on the scaling, which I spoke about, we now have to do this, whereas we have to objectively rank the group members on essentially how much work we think they did, minus the oral presentation, because that's been cancelled. So this is going to be interesting because I'm going to be honest, and I know that I'm fine because I know that I've done all, not all the work, sorry that sounds bad. I know that I've done like quite a lot of the work, and I don't think that can be contested with. I have to rate other members of the group. So this is going to be interesting. Again, I'm just going to try and be nothing but honest. I'm not going to try and let my biases get in the way. I might even like ask my boyfriend to look at this to see if he thinks I'm being biased based on what I've told him. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Hello, I've had a shower and stuff. My hair's a bit frizzy. Anyway, so yeah, I sent off that form earlier just with like sort of ratings on it and stuff, and we're going to see like what goes from there. I really hope like I'm not being like a mean person about this, but like factually, because I wrote down like everything I did and stuff, like I did do more work, but I feel like horrible about it. I don't know. It's an interesting ethical issue. I'm not sure the system works that well, because for people like me who hate confrontation, this can just be so hard to do. And obviously, like, no one comes out of situations like this, like, feeling happy, really. Like, especially the person who's been told that I suppose they haven't done as much work. Oh well, it'll be fine. I'll keep you updated on it. I'll let you know what comes of it when I hear back. And yeah, hope you're all doing okay. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. And yeah, at least I got the project done, which is great. So yeah, we finally got that project work done.